The Littlest Ladybug's Big Adventure. In a garden bursting with sunshine and bright painted flowers named Sweet Bell Meadow, lived a little ladybug named, well, Littlest. She had a shiny red shell dotted with 2 perfect black spots. Littlest loved flitting between the daisies and resting on soft rose petals. But sometimes, she felt, well, too little. Look at Big Buzz the bumblebee, she'd sigh, watching him lift heavy pollen sacks easily. Or Boris the beetle, he's so strong he moves pebbles. Annie Ant leads huge lines of workers. What can I do? I'm just tiny. One bright morning, Littlest was admiring dewdrops on a tulip when she noticed something wrong. High above, a grumpy gray cloud monster was puffing itself up, rolling over the sun. A chill wind kicked up, rustling the leaves like whispers. "Oh dear," chirped Pearl the butterfly, landing shakily beside her, her wings fluttering nervously. "That looks like the big bluster storm coming. My wings get too wet to fly in that." Littlest zoomed over to the anthill. "Annie! Annie! Storm coming!" Annie Ant was already shouting orders, but her ants were scurrying confusedly. The scent trail washed away. "We can't guide everyone to the deep tunnels," Annie cried. Littlest zipped across to Big Buzz, who was trying to push several huge sunflower seeds under a mushroom cap. "Buzz, the storm," she called. "You need help moving those." "Little Ladybug," Big Buzz puffed, "even I can't move these fast enough alone before the wet comes. Boris is helping the centipedes with their heavy rocks." Littlest perched on a drooping bluebell. Everyone was struggling. The wind grew stronger, whistling like a kettle. What could she do? She looked down at her own tiny, shiny back. A raindrop plink landed on her shell, as round and perfect as a dewdrop on a tulip. An idea sparked. It was a tiny idea, but it was hers. Plinkety-plink. The rain started falling faster. Littlest flew straight to the tallest daisy in the meadow. She tucked her legs under her polished shell and pushed off a heavy raindrop clinging to a petal. Plunk! It fell safely onto the soil below. "Water bead!" Pearl cried, suddenly understanding. "We need to knock off the big water beads before they hurt our wings or break flower stems." Inspired, Pearl fluttered gracefully to a rose bush. Using her long feet, she gently flicked a large drop off a bud. Plop! Annie Ant saw them. Of course. Teamwork, she organized her fastest scouts. Quick legs. Tap 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 the water off the grass blades near the anthill entrance. Dozens of tiny feet pattered, sending raindrops scattering harmlessly. Pitter patter patter plip. Big Buzz zoomed over. "Need those seeds moved?" "Hoist!" He flew down low, his strong wings creating a mini wind that rolled the heavy seeds right under the mushroom cap. Boris the beetle, lumbering past with snails on his back, grunted, "Make way! Emergency shelter shuttle!" All aboard, as he herded slower bugs to safety. Littlest flew everywhere. Plink! Off a snapdragon. Plunk! Off a violet. Plip! Off Pearl's trailing scarf before it got soaked. She was a tiny, red whirlwind, moving faster than she ever thought possible. Her small size let her dart between raindrops and land precisely on the wettest petals. Soon, every bug was helping their own way, spider silk strung like tiny tents, caterpillars curled under broad leaves, bees sang courage songs. The big bluster roared and raged, dumping buckets of rain, but the meadow worked together. When the gray monster finally grumbled away, a brilliant rainbow arched across Sweet Bell Meadow. Sunlight sparkled on wet grass like scattered diamonds. Flowers stood tall, stems unbent. Every critter was safe and dry in their shelters. Pearl fluttered down beside Littlest, her wings unharmed. "You were magnificent," she declared. "Quick as a sunbeam." Annie Ant gave her a tiny salute. "Your quick thinking saved the scent trails." Big Buzz landed with a happy rumble. "Tiny but mighty. You got us moving." And even Boris gave a slow, deep nod. "Good Bug. Strong heart." Littlest felt her little shell glow, not just from the returning sun. Her heart buzzed with happy warmth. She hadn't been too little at all. She'd just needed to help in her own littlest way. From then on, whenever anyone in Sweet Bell Meadow felt small or unsure, they'd remember the sparkling raindrop on a tiny red shell and the big adventure of the littlest ladybug who showed them that small things can do big help when hearts work together. The end.